We're back, and we're coming back in for our final installment of our unlicensed Topps Rips. We're going to be going and ripping one each of Resurgence, Chrome, and Signature Class. We've seen it all here before on the channel, but we're going to put them all head to head and kind of see how they stack up against each other. Chrome actually had quite a bit of hits, and the other two were a little lacking. We're going to kind of see if that holds up and holds true, and see who's the king of Topps. What's going on, everybody? Tyson from VS Card Hub. We're coming back in with another rip, and we're going to be go ahead and capping off our week of unlicensed with our trio of Topps. We do have probably one or two more videos of unlicensed stuff that are going to be following up with this. They're kind of a little mystery product, something kind of special that I've had in mind. But I wanted to hit all three of the Topps products. We did hit Resurgence and Signature Series this week. They were the latest releases. Chrome, I ripped probably a few months ago. That was here on the channel. You can check that one out. I ripped all the Chrome products, the blasters, the hangers, the megas, all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and just kind of jump into it. Resurgence, like I said, Resurgence and Signature Series, these are the most recent ones. Resurgence was good. I liked how it looked. It's good, cool cards. Wasn't a lot of hits. I mean, you got like one, maybe two colored cards per pack. Signature Class, a lot of cards, but we didn't really get too much. I think we got a couple numbered cards, a few numbered cards actually, and one auto, and it really was, Isaiah Davis. So nothing too crazy, but we're going to see how they stack up against Chrome. I at least have some fond memories of Chrome. The mega boxes usually have quite a bit of stuff in them. We're going to see if that still holds true. I'm going to go ahead and start with Chrome just because I really liked Chrome this year. I thought they did a good job. Had a lot of good stuff in it. They looked good. Like I said, they had a lot of hits in here. We are going to go ahead and jump in. They do have the exclusive first year fabric memorabilia. I have pulled, I believe, Xavier Worthy, a couple of the patch cards out of here. Gotten some pretty decent autos, a lot of numbered stuff. So Chrome was good. I mean, Chrome was one of those ones where you got, two, maybe three hits per pack, it seemed. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I remember at least liking Chrome and having a good time with it, having some good stuff. So we're going to see if that holds true, see if maybe I'm just getting old and my memory is, memory's starting to fail me. Who knows? We're going to take a look and see how it stacks up. The one thing with Chrome, when I first started ripping it this year, when it first came out, was it did seem like when it first came out, there were a lot of QC issues. Had a lot of issues with like finding gunk on the cards. There's a lot of just nasty stuff with the cards. But as I ripped more boxes, it actually seemed pretty decent. So you are going to get these old dudes, Jerome Bettis, Justin Tuck. You are going to get the old guys, but you do get a lot of the colored inserts. So there's your X-Fractor Kurt Warner, and that was something that I did like about these. Lake Corum on the throwback. There's Cade Stover and Joe Thomas on the back on the refractor. But yeah, that was one thing I did like about Chrome is you did get a lot of stuff, or it seemed like you got a lot of stuff, a lot of color cards, a lot of the X-Fractors, the refractors, the prism refractors, all Topps different parallels and everything that they put in here. So I remember being decently pleased with it. So, Morton Pearson. There's Kamari Lassiter on the X-Fractor. All Chrome team, Peyton Manning, Dallas Turner on the rookie, and Frank Gore Jr. Like everybody's dogging him for his kind of terrible autograph. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. Frank Gore Jr. getting dogged for his autograph. His autograph is pretty bad. I've pulled a few of his cards and everything, and his autos are usually pretty they're usually pretty bad. All right, Bo Jackson. Hello, Future Stars X-Fractor Jayden Daniels. This is what I'm talking about. I think this pack, at least from what I can see, this pack has 3 different nice inserts. See at least 2 X-Fractors and a refractor. So here we go. Early on, Jayden Daniels on the Future Stars with the X-Fractor. I'll absolutely take that. There's a Marshall Faulk. This one came out with the corner was pretty beat up. Marshall Faulk kind of got beat up a little bit in the pack there, it looks like. And we've got Brett Favre on the Sunday Swag Refractor. So obviously Topps is the one you're going to have to go with if you want to pull any of like the rookie autos. There's Corum and Neighbors. If you want to pull Jayden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, trying to think who else, Brock Bowers. A lot of the big name rookies, you're going to have to go for Topps. That's kind of the big chase in Topps. Everybody kind of says, oh, it's unlicensed, we don't want it. If there's no teams, I'm not interested. But really, if you want the big rookie autos, I mean, you don't really have much of a choice. There's Will Shipley, Chris Jenkins on the Future Stars. That one's just a base. There's Ladd McConkey on the base. And Mason Smith on the refractor. But yeah, you're kind of stuck with Topps. I mean, unless you're going to go for Leaf or something where they have them in their checklist. Leaf actually has some good products. I've ripped a few of theirs lately, and kind of looking forward to some more stuff that they have coming out. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the elephant in the room is like you have to go with Topps if you want the big rookies. JJ and Penix you can get over in Panini stuff, but you know, it is what it is. There's another Kurt Warner. Excuse me. There's Eli on the All-Itch, Alt, and Sanders. So what is that? 2 Kurt Warner X-Fractors in 1 box. All right. The Resurgence. I like the Resurgence. If you watched my video for that, oh my, what we got in here? Look at that. So this is the big difference. Big difference between Chrome and Resurgence and Signature Series. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 different cards. That's 4 hits in 1 pack. And that's pretty common with Chrome. There's J.J. Watt X-Fractor on the All-Chrome team. There's Cooper DeJean X-Fractor. Have a little C.J. Stroud on the Throwback Refractor. Chris Braswell and George Teague on the refractor. So, I mean, that was the big difference that I noticed when I was going through Resurgence and then later with the signature class is that you got one per pack of insert colored card, you know, a refractor, an X-Fractor, something like that. Or in Resurgence, I believe they got the discos in there. And beyond that, like you were just kind of stuck. You just had, you know, your base cards and your rookies, and that was pretty much it. So here we've got 3. Yep. So we got 2 X-Fractors, and it looks like we got a numbered card back here. Paul Krause, Dwight Stevenson, and out of 275, how about a little Charlie Batch? Theo and Austin Reed. So that is, you know, kind of the downside of Topps. Topps does load up their checklist with a lot of these vets. You know, Charlie Batch. Not sure the last time somebody has gone around, you know, collecting Charlie Batch cards. Definitely not a 2024 chase. I'll say that now. But, you know, here you go. Chrome. That's all the colored hits that we've got out of Chrome. X-Fractors, Refractors. We got a couple of the Prism Refractors. Those are the Prism Refractors back there. Future Stars, Jayden Daniels. But that's why I liked Chrome so much. And I mean, even the non-colored, you still got, you know, an All-Etch. You got some Future Stars. You got a lot of rookies, some throwbacks. You got a lot of cool stuff out of Chrome. So, but that's Chrome. I mean, I liked it. I thought Chrome was, if Topps would have stuck to the Chrome formula across these other 2 products, I think they all would have been like super huge hits. But for whatever reason, they kind of, I don't know, kind of scaled it back. So I'm going to go ahead and get into Resurgence next. I'm going to go ahead and leave the Chrome cards. We're going to take a look at all the hits when we're all done and kind of see what it all looks like. I apologize if I pause here and there. I think I'm getting towards the end of these videos, and either allergies from all these storms we've been getting hit with, or picked up a random bug somewhere. So, fighting off a little bit of a head cold. We're going to get through this. I've been looking forward to this for a while, so we're not going to let it go now. Alright, Resurgence. Out of the two new products between Resurgence and Signature Class, Resurgence was the first one I opened. I liked the 2023 Resurgence. I kind of touched on it in the video when I was doing Resurgence. This is the CJ Stroud I had from 2023. Now, compare it to 2024. I don't know. For some reason, it seems like 2024, this one, it almost has a lot more details they tried to shoehorn in. I don't know. I kind of like 2023 better. It was simpler. It kind of looked almost like a mix of like Select and Mosaic. I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of something I noticed when I first started opening Resurgences. It just looked busier than 2023 when it came out of composite. Since Resurgence was just an insert set within composite, this year it's actually its own entity. So Resurgence, you get your base cards on the front. There's our Glimmer and Gleam, the random insert there. Junior Colson, and Estime and Ray Davis. So I mean that's pretty much your Resurgence packs. Is you're gonna get your disco or your dots, your circles, and then you may get like one other insert. I mean, that's not really much else to say about it. I mean, you're definitely not getting as much as you did in Chrome. I think Chrome is ultimately the better value. I think you can pick them up for about $50 a mega box now. I'm a big fan of the mega box format. I think it's a good bridge for most products between blasters and stepping up to full hobby. We've got some Bo Jackson. That's a nice one. And Trevin Wallace on the rookie. Prism Refractor, Gould, and Ballard. So yeah, I like megas. That's why I tend to do a lot of megas on here. Just because I think it's a good format. But yeah, that's kind of the one thing I noticed is this: you don't get as many hits between or from Resurgence as you did in Chrome. So you get your conductors, and Jayden Daniels will take that. So Jayden Daniels insert and a Dallas Turner, Sanat, and Barton. Go ahead and sleeve that up. That one is not a refractor or anything. It's just your conductor's insert. Nothing too crazy. So, man, I'm halfway through this box already, and we've only gotten four or five inserts. So we at least have, looks like an Aqua Wave back here. Circuit Breakers, Luke McCaffrey. We got our rookies, Malachi Corley. Disco JC Latham. And this one should be numbered. Is that an autograph? I think that's Roman Wilson with kind of a half-hearted attempt. Taking the AR path to his autograph. That's Roman Wilson, 64 of 249. Gave us just that RW there. That I believe that's a teal wave. So not bad. Okay, so that's actually our first auto I've gotten from Resurgence. We opened the Resurgence. We did not get any autos. I think we got a couple of numbered cards. We did get the Dallas Turner SP Electrolytes.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Topps definitely missed a good kind of joke viral marketing campaign there. the putting the electrolytes in there, but it's obviously it's what plants crave. There's Marshawn Lloyd, and we've got another wave back here. This one's going to be Patrick Paul. That one's also $249. Looks like a teal or aqua wave. Worthy and McConkey on our rookies. So this Resurgence, single Resurgence box is like 200% more numbered cards than the last two open. So I guess there's that. And we're going to finish it off. Look at that. Michael Pratt. This guy. The one guy who's been on practice squads on multiple teams and is still showing up in sets. There's a Brock Bowers Voltaic and Caleb. There we go. So there's a Caleb. We'll take that. I'll go ahead and top load Caleb. Well, at least kind of give him that little treatment there. All right, so Resurgence at least came through with a couple numbered cards. You know, let's take a look at our pile here. There you go. There's our Resurgence. There's our Chrome. So kind of see what you can kind of see the difference in size between those piles. Resurgence is like half as many. Yeah, you got a few inserts, you know, Circuit Breakers and, well, Circuit Breakers and Glimmer and Gleam. It's like the two inserts we got. And that's it. So, Resurgence, you know, I don't know. It could have been so much better. Signature class, this one, if you're going to do signature class, I mean, you can do the mega boxes and kind of see what you can get, you know, take your chance with them. But really, if you're going to do signature class, do the hobby boxes. The hobby boxes are the ones that you want because those are the ones that they give you those, the 5 autos per box. Mega boxes and blasters, they don't guarantee you any of that stuff. All you're getting is a ton of cards. You may get an autograph, you may not. It's called signature class, but you're not guaranteed to get a signature. So let's try it out. See what we get. It is like Contenders. It's paper stock, so it's not the chromium. The other two are the chromium. Both Resurgence and Chrome are on the chromium. These ones are paper stock. And you're going to get a ton of the old guys, ton of base. I mean, Ricky Williams is still out here. There's a little Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach. That is an insert, not numbered or anything. Clellan and Javon Solomon. So yeah, you can kind of burn through these pretty quickly because really you're looking for autographs. You may get some colored stuff in here. The acetates are really cool. But, you know, your base cards are going to be on the front. There's a little, was that Emmitt Smith? Emmitt Smith from Dallas on the acetate. These acetate cards are actually really cool. Like if Topps did a clearly, kind of like, you know, the Donruss clearly, something like that, doing an acetate design like these could be really good. They are a little bit thinner. These ones, I noticed that, like, when you feel them, they probably feel like a 20 point at most. Like, they slide right into the holders. They look really good. Like, these acetate cards look really good. But whether they're worth anything, or, you know, maybe you want to put together a rainbow, something like that, they're still just an insert. You can get them numbered. Looks like we got our Fractor back here. No auto, but Chris Carter on the refractor. That is numbered out of 250. 243 out of 250. Chris Carter on the refractor here. There's a CJ Stroud and DJ James. So this is the other thing too. Looking at these, the parallels is just like Contenders. All they did was they took a colored stripe, or I guess the orange and blue colored stripe, and just ran it up the side and said, "All right, there's our parallels." Yeah, it's kind of cheap in Contenders, and it comes off a little cheap over here as well. But we at least got a numbered card. I did notice that when I was opening the Signature Series last time, is I got a lot of numbered stuff. So that is definitely a big difference. There's a Brock Bowers after image, Adrian Peterson, and Ray Davis. So yeah, I'll put all these guys, and there's those little inserts. The Brock Bowers, after images aren't bad. They look pretty decent. Next one up, we do have just a regular insert, nothing crazy. There's a little Blake Corum on the Gridiron Ambassadors. Terrion Arnold and Trey Benson. About halfway through. I think I got 4 packs left, so 1 numbered card so far. It's like, oh, base. There's a little Jayden Daniels. I'll take that. Bo Nix. We will also take that. And a Jalen McMillan. So, yeah, Bo Nix. There you go. There's a little, I guess, kind of a color match on that blue and orange. It's still just a base card, but it is, at least the blue and orange parallel. So there's that much. It's got that going for it at least. We've gotten almost a Jayden, or at least a rookie QB out of each product so far, so we will absolutely take that. We have another acetate back here. Jerry Rice. We're going Jerry Rice on the StarCast. See, these ones also super cool. These acetate cards are actually really cool in this one. Pearsall and Jawar Jordan. So, Topps, if you're out there, if you do something like a Donruss Clearly or an acetate set, these are actually really cool. The designs look good. That's my bit of feedback on those ones. Could definitely use some more autographs in here, like looking at contenders this year, the 2024 contenders. That's the other big thing is value. Like the 2024 contenders mega boxes have hit, and they're like $45 a box. These are up for between $50 and $60. Contenders mega boxes, you're guaranteed 1 auto. You're guaranteed 1 auto per Contenders mega box. These, you're not guaranteed an autograph. So your Topps is wanting more than Contenders for a Contenders style card that does not guarantee an autograph. Whereas Contenders does, and doesn't have as much of these, veterans. Like, look, all of our base cards here are like 80s, 90s veterans. So, value-wise, this isn't it, Topps. The cards are cool, but, look, there's Michael Pratt again. Stuff like that. We got 2 packs left. I've got 1 numbered card, no autos, and I think I paid like $55 a box somewhere in here, 55, 60. Got them fairly early, so I paid more than I would for Contenders for no autos. Ray Davis, that's bookend. If anybody goes for that, 175 out of 175. Keelan King and Austin Reed. So Ray Davis, nothing crazy. Is what, blue parallel? I guess blue parallel because it's got the blue border up the side, but it's still just paper stock. At a 175 there, last pack. Yeah, really thinking about it. I've got some Contenders on order, so that is coming in. Stay tuned for a rundown of that. Once I get some Contenders in, I got both Blasters and Megas on the way, and then kind of bouncing around the whole getting the hobby box. Hobby box is nice because I think those are 5 or 6 autographs. Ezra James. There's Jason Kelsey and Ricky Pearsall to close it out. So, there it is. That's the signature class. The acetates are cool. Some of these inserts are cool. The after image, keep calling it alter image, but it's after image. Pretty cool. If you can get those in like a refractor, those would actually look really good. But the acetates look really good. The design isn't bad. It's less busy than this year's Contenders. This year's Contenders, it looks like Panini tried to shoehorn everything they could into those cards. But, Yeah, I don't know. Signature class is probably my least favorite just because it's, like I said, you're paying 55, $60 a box for this. You're not getting a guaranteed autograph. You're getting, I got what, one numbered, two numbered cards, and I can go buy contenders for 45. I can buy contenders for $10 to $15 less than the signature class. It's licensed, and I get a guaranteed autograph. So overall, Chrome I think is still the best value if you're going to go for Topps. Because, I mean, Chrome has a ton of hits. You're going to get a ton of color cards. Yeah, some of them are going to be the vets. It's not licensed, but you're going to get a ton of stuff in there. Resurgence isn't bad. The design is cool. A little busy, but I think the design is cool. Better value than, say, Signature Series or Signature Class. I think I keep saying Signature Series, but it's better than Signature Class because, like I said, Signature Class does not have the value without having a guaranteed auto or something in there. And that's something I noticed with the other two boxes that I opened. I got to the very end and I got, Isaiah Davis. So, I mean, there's that. Anyways, that's the rip of all three. If you're going to buy anything, buy Chrome. Buy Chrome, buy Chrome. I'll probably end up ripping some more Chrome. Resurgence, if you like the design. Signature Class would be my last pick. If it came down to like 40, 45 bucks, maybe it's not bad for, collecting some of the cards, the guys you want, but it's Signature Class without signatures. So, anyways, appreciate you coming around, sticking it out for this one, and checking out the unlicensed stuff. We're going to wrap it up here with the Topps. Got a couple more coming this week, and then got some contenders on the way that we'll dive into. So anyways, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so you're notified when I get the new ones posted. Appreciate y'all hanging out, and I'll catch y'all next time.